The gold rushes of the 1850s and 1860s marked the next distinct phase of bushranging, as gold gave bushrangers access to great wealth that was portable and easily converted to cash. The isolation of the goldfields helped, as did the decimation of the police force, as many troopers abandoned their duties to join the gold rush. In Victoria, several major gold robberies occurred in 1852 and 53. 3 bushrangers, including George Melville, were hanged in front of a large crowd for their role in the 1853 McIver escort robbery near Castlemaine. Colonial-born sons of poor ex-convicts were drawn to a more glamorous life than mining or farming. In New South Wales, much of the activity took place in the Lachlan Valley, around Forbes, Yass and Cowra. Frank Gardiner was known as the organiser of outlaws. He was born the year Donahue was shot. His real name is thought to have been Francis Christie, though he used several aliases such as Anne Clarke, the Darkie, the Prince of Tobymen, General Gardiner and King of the Road. His father was probably Charles Christie, who had travelled to Australia from Scotland before the rest of the family, and his mother was a part aboriginal woman known as Anne Clarke. He's thought to have taken the name Gardiner after a man who lived with his family and taught him how to ride and break in horses. In 1850 he was sentenced to 5 years for horse stealing, but escaped and was sentenced again for the same offence 4 years later. In 1861 he and an associate, Peasley, began robbing travellers on the road. When Peasley was caught and hanged, Gardiner formed a gang with Ben Hall, John Dunn, Fred Lowry and John Gilbert. They engaged in many shootouts with the police, resulting in deaths on both sides. Their most famous hold-up was taking £12,000 from the gold escort at Ugawa in June 1862, Australia's largest ever gold heist. There's still a lot of speculation about what happened to about half the gold that was never recovered. Gardiner was arrested after a large manhunt, living with Kitty Brown, Ben Hall's sister-in-law. She is the Mrs. Brown mentioned in this song. He was sentenced to 32 years imprisonment, escaping the death penalty as he hadn't killed anyone, and released 10 years later thanks to intensive lobbying from his sisters. He went to America, where he's said to have opened a bar in San Francisco. He's reported to have died in a gunfight in 1895, but more likely died peacefully about 8 years later. So this song is Frank Gardiner. Frank Gardiner is caught at last and lies in Sydney jail for wounding Sergeant Middleton and robbing the Mudgee Mail, for plundering of the gold escort, the cargo mail also. And it was for gold he made so bold and not so long ago. His daring deeds surprised them all throughout the Sydney land, and on his friends he gave a call and quickly raised a band. And fortune always favoured him until this time of late, until Ben Hall and Gilbert too met with their dreadful fate. Young Vane, he has surrendered, Ben Hall's got his death wound. And as for Johnny Gilbert, near Binalong he was found. He was all alone and lost his horse, 3 troopers came in sight. He fought the 3 most manfully, got slaughtered in the fight. Farewell, adieu to outlawed Frank, he was the poor man's friend. The government has secured him, the laws he did offend. He boldly stood his trial and answered in a breath, and do what you will, you can but kill, I have no fear of death. Day after day they remanded him, escorted from the bar. Fresh charges brought against him from neighbours near and far. now it is over, the sentence they have passed. All sought to find a verdict, and guilty 'twas at last. When lives you take, a warning, boys, a woman never trust. She will turn around, I will be bound, Queen's evidence the first. He's doing 32 years, he's doomed to serve the crown. And well may he say, he cursed the day he met with Mrs. Brown.